So I know that we just met on Instagram, but it's been 3 months that we've been living together, and I wanted to ask you something that I've been meaning to ask. Sharon?
Hey guys, I'm Sharon, channel is Sprought.
What are you doing?
I'm doing the intro.
This is my channel.
But I do it better.
No.
Okay.
This is a story of the most improbable thing that Sharon and I did a few months ago when we went from complete strangers to living together for 3 months. So this is the story of our 3-month marriage and how it happened and how it's going. Let's get into it. So last September, I got a DM from a health page commenting on one of my recent YouTube videos, which at the time I thought was my weirdest.
It wasn't so much the video I was interested in. It was the only thing I could find that could serve as a topic of conversation. Like, I didn't know how to start. I wasn't just gonna say hi. I wasn't trying to hate on you.
When I get a DM from a girl who's pretty cute, who has a health page, and telling me that that video is funny when it was not funny, something's up, you know? So we started talking and we got along really well, but we were never able to physically see each other because we didn't live in the same city. We actually live across the country. I lived in Montreal, Sharon was in Vancouver. I mean, it was kind of obvious that we weren't really sure what was gonna happen. I mean, you remember those times when I just wouldn't text you and everything.
Yeah, that was rough. I had my hopes, but it was unrealistic.
Yeah.
It was just this person far off on the other side of the country that I was talking to, so.
So December rolls around and I have big decisions to make in my life because I had just graduated from McGill. I was trying to figure out what I wanted to do in terms of next steps for my life. So I knew that I didn't want to look on job boards and apply to job boards. I wanted to be a content creator. I also wanted to focus on travel. And then I kept thinking and I thought about Sharon in Vancouver. So I thought, why not fly out to Vancouver? And then Sharon and I, having spoken for the last few months, was a really big deciding factor in me pulling that trigger and actually flying out.
I even remember while we were texting and you were talking about how you want to make content and you're super bored in Montreal and you're like, I don't have anything else to do, we're in lockdown, like I've lived in this city my whole life.
I mean, this is me right now and I hate vlogging in public.
And so that was one of the big things that you kept talking about. You're like, if I could just get out of Montreal, if I could go somewhere else in the world, then I could actually make more content and it would be more exciting.
Okay, so in mid-January, I pulled the trigger and I decided to move to Vancouver for a full month. Sharon and I had been talking a lot in the previous months, obviously. It was kind of implied that we were gonna be doing a lot together and we were getting along really well.
In hindsight, the decision-making process to get here was a little
iffy.
Yeah. You could have been a serial killer for all I know.
My parents were saying that about you. What if you're a serial killer?
I could be. It's not too late.
When I came, I was pretty much set on her living with me, and I think the same thing for you. It was just a matter of, is this gonna blow up in our faces because, like, is the first date gonna go terribly, and when we do live together, are we gonna realize that this is absurd, or like, could it actually work out? So there was a lot of uncertainty in the decisions that we had to make and the choices that we made.
And it was so possible for it to go badly.
Yeah.
Like, it's hard to live with someone. People go years dating and then they move in together and they just can't stand each other. One thing I would say that made this work well enough is the fact that we both communicated through our health pages. Like, we both have normal accounts, you know, on Instagram, normal people. But then we have accounts separately that are based on health and wellness, and they are surrounding healthy habits. So had we not known that, and had we not known the other person likes to work out every single morning and eat super healthy, like, none of that would have even been a thought in our heads to actually pursue anything.
We were total strangers to each other, but in general we weren't total strangers because when you have a health page and you put yourself out there online, like, you're exposing the bits of your personality to the world.
There was already a lot of exposure. You could tell what kind of people we were.
For the last few months, we've pretty much been living together. And this whole experience, I would say, is the closest to actually feeling married. When we first started living together, we had to talk about what our habits are, morning routines, evening routines, when we eat, how we sleep, a bunch of different things like that. And one of the things that I remember the most, because every single day I'm reminded of it, is Sharon wakes up a little bit earlier than me. She doesn't snooze, and she goes for a run, like first thing in the morning at 6 a.m. I don't like doing it, so sometimes she has to drag me up.
No, I don't actually drag you out of bed. It's a mutual effort, I'd say. It's a workout! I guess not.
We pretty much do every single thing together. So we go food shopping.
Will tries to buy all the snacks. He chooses some things I would normally be against buying.
No. Look, mochi cookies.
I see.
Look at this. It's matcha mochi cookies. How can you not want to get that?
But eventually we started figuring things out. So we have a little morning routine now where we journal, we meditate, we work out, and then we make smoothies and we cook together. I
introduced Will to the idea of eating cereal at night.
The cereal station.
Cereal time. So instead of a morning meal, it's our after dinner dessert. We load up on cereal, we sit down, watch some TV.
Whatever it is, I can't right now. And when I try and make videos like this, Sharon likes to talk a little bit.
And I want to talk about something, but you're always on your phone. You say that as if I'm the one who's talking all the time.
I never speak.
You literally don't stop talking.
What are you doing? Doing something? Doing something? How's it going? And we also explored different places around Vancouver, like Sharon mentioned earlier, and we had a really good time. We went on a lot of dates. We managed to kind of incorporate first date vibes with also 5 years married life, and we just have a little bit of a blend going through there.
I will give Will credit. He's a great person to do all these things with. He's really not only encouraging, but always very down to do all these activities and work out and go for runs. And I will admit, when we went on our first jog together, we went on our first run, I was like, he's a decent runner. He was running alongside me the whole time. And at the end of it, I was like, is that your normal pace? Because I'm not the fastest runner. I do run a lot, but I'm not the fastest. And he's like, no, I was just trying to stay with you the whole time, so I didn't just leave you. And I'm like, it's fine. You can run at your own pace.
I'm gonna pass Sharon. I see her.
Next thing I know, he finished the mile and I was halfway done. Like, he's a fast runner. I may be disciplined, but you're not too shabby yourself.
So as you guys know, we didn't really get married. If you look at the date of when this is posted, you'll understand a little bit more, but we didn't post this just to make it a joke. There's actually a reason why we wanted to do this. But before I tell you that, I just want to make sure you know that it wasn't easy for me to post this because it includes a lot of our personal lives, but it was a really big step in both of our lives, and I feel that sharing something like this can teach you that living with uncertainty and taking big risks can backfire, but it can also work out in amazing ways. And this is one of the ways that it happened to turn out really, really well for the both of us. So.
Yeah? Okay, can I just be honest? I've never DM'd a guy in my life, let alone hit on a guy openly. Not that I hit on you, but it was just a very...
You did.
It was a very weird thing for me to do because I wasn't used to it. So it definitely took a lot out of me just to say hi. Turns out it was definitely worth it. I was debating doing it for like 30 minutes on my phone. I was really hesitant to really pull the trigger.
So I guess the big lesson is if you want to achieve crazy things in your life, you have to be willing to take crazy risks. And for both of us, this was a crazy risk that easily could have backfired, but it didn't.
Easily.
But if you think about that, every single thing that you do in life can backfire on you. So you might as well do it. You might as well send it because you never really know what the outcome will be unless you go head first into it. And if you do that, you will successfully minimize the one thing that we all don't want to have, which is regret.
I hope that this video inspires you to take that risk, pull the trigger, and chase after your dreams, because life is too short not to do what you love. It's a mindset.
Did you just take my exit also?
You know what? If you like this video,
No, that's enough.
Smash the like button, hit subscribe, and I'll see you for more travel adventures next week.